Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host E-Day, bringing you some more of my immersive engineering mod spotlight. And today what I'm going to show you is how to make, use, and power your crusher in immersive engineering, specifically for Minecraft 1.20. So we are finally at the part. We have made all of our passive power. We are finally there. We're going to make some machines today. Mainly, the first one that I want to make is going to be the crusher from Immersive Engineering, because it allows you to double your ores, which is more important to me than making cheaper materials at the moment. Next episode will be the metal press. This episode is the crusher. So, first item that is a very smart thing to make. It's going to be the engineer's manual. It's just a book and a lever. Both Minecraft items makes you the engineer's manual. When you open up the engineer's manual, it gives you chapters for everything you need to know. What we're making today is the crusher, which falls under heavy machinery. So here we go. Here's the crusher. And what's cool about this guy is if you hit play, it will show you how to slowly put the machine together as a multi-block. And then, of course, when you hit it with a hammer, that's when it forms into the full multi-block. So if you hit stop, it shows you the full multi-block. You can drag it around here. What I like about this is you can hit stop while it's building it together, and you can push up and down on the layers, which I'll show you the easiest way to put this guy down so that you don't need to keep looking at these layers. The question mark here is really important. It shows you what you need to put this machine together. 10 light engineering blocks, 1 redstone engineering block, 10 steel scaffolding, 8 steel fence, and 9 hoppers. What I like to do is I like to get an extra hopper, and let's also go ahead and craft us another one of these wooden storage crates with treated wood in a circle. We'll grab one of these guys. The recipes for the light engineering block, it's pretty simple. Iron sheet metal, which we've made before. It's hammering out the iron plates, of course, with our engineer's hammer. Copper ingot in the middle, iron mechanical components on the outside, which it's 4 if you craft it this way. But if you use the engineer's workbench, like I mentioned earlier, with the blueprint, it's only 2 plates per iron mechanical component. So yeah, you're going to lose durability on your engineer's hammer making all of these plates, but you only need 10 of these light engineering blocks. The next one is a redstone engineering block. This one is easier to make, and it makes you 4 at a time. You only need 1 of them. Iron sheet metal, redstone, and copper ingot. Steel scaffolding is going to be also pretty easy for right now. Steel rods are just 2 on top of each other, gets you 4. Even if we use the metal press, it will still be 1 for 2. So you'll be stamping out 1 of these steel ingots to get 2 rods. So this is still going to be the same craft. So 3 rods, 3 ingots gets you 6 steel scaffolding. The steel fence, also very easy, same thing, rods and steel ingots. And everybody knows how to make the vanilla hoppers chest surrounded by some iron. Very cool. So this is a 3x5 multi-block, and I already decided that I wanted to place it over here. I think this would be the nicest place for it. The middle here with the clinker bricks from Immersive Engineering is the 3x5, and then I surrounded it with the slag bricks from Immersive Engineering. All right, so we got all of our materials down here at the bottom, 5 different materials. I'll show you the easiest way to put this guy together, to memorizing it so that you don't need to keep looking at the book. On the side that you want it to be facing, we will do 3 here and 2 in the middle. And then the rest here, these 6 are steel scaffolding, and then fill in the rest of the bottom level like this. Then we jump up, another 3 on top, and only 1 in the middle. Then we put 1 in the back here, and the redstone control in the front. Easy enough. Now we just need to surround the middle with 8 fences here, like so. Boop and boop. And now hoppers on top of all of the fences, including the middle with the light engineering block. Like this. And now all you got to do is ping the front, and there you go. You have your crusher from Immersive Engineering. Now, whenever you throw something in the top right here, it will immediately start crushing it into ore. This entire top part where the 9 hoppers are is where it inputs, and it outputs out this one slot here in the front. So one little thing that I always do is I always attach a hopper to the top where all the other hoppers are. Sometimes in the front, sometimes here on the side to make it look a little bit more streamlined. So instead of going up here and trying to throw them in, I put them inside the hopper and let them drop in. Everything gets spit out the front. What's great is you don't need to do anything extra. Just put any kind of chest. We'll put the wooden storage crate in the front. It will put it directly into the storage crate now. And how to power the crusher. Of course, we're going to grab an MV wire because we're working with MV. We have our insulated MV wire coil here. The port is going to be this little dot right here. So we're going to put it here, and we have line of sight from here to this MV wire relay right here. So now this bad boy has power and is fully operational. So now if we drop in our copper, our iron, our nickel, our aluminum, it will start being a very loud boy and spitting them in here as doubled dusts. See, it's already going in 2 at a time. What's really, really cool about Immersive Engineering for Minecraft 1.20 is it will also do byproducts. So as you can see, it's doing the copper right now, and sometimes it will also give you gold, which is really, really cool. So we got our 2 stacks right here of copper from our 1 stack of copper ore, and we got 8 extra gold from that. Same thing with the iron. The byproduct is nickel. So let's see, I think it's a percentage. Yes, it's a percentage, so it's not a guaranteed flat amount. We got 11 nickel dust off of the 1 stack of iron ore. We got 2 stacks of iron dust. Then of course nickel, the byproduct to nickel is going to be platinum. So before I end this episode on the crusher, let's go ahead and make one more item. We've made this one before. Let's make ourselves an MV accumulator. For that, we need a nickel plate, so we can just hammer a nickel plate real quick. We need our treated wood planks. We need a bucket of redstone. And I believe our treated wood is going to be all the way over here with our engineer's crafting table. And there we go, MV accumulator. Very cool. So what I like to do is when we have machines like this, I'll go ahead and I'll set the MV accumulator down. In this case, I'll set it up right quick because I want to make sure that the bottom here is set to energy output. Then we'll hammer all of the sides to input. Boop, like this. The side we can't see is going to be put in the front real quick. So let's get this guy. And now what we can do is we can get rid of the plug here and put the MV accumulator right here. So now when we hover over it, the opposite side says energy output and the top says facing side energy input. So now what we can do is we can set it like this. Now, when we're not using the crusher from Immersive Engineering, the power, our passive power, which just keeps on going, will input in the top of the MV accumulator, and it will output the bottom of the MV accumulator. Let's grab our multimeter real quick and hover. That means that our crusher will always have a buffer of 1 million RF. I like using buffers like this because when you're working with passive power and you're using multiple machines at the same time, that buffer will last you longer instead of trying to run everything off of the buffers that are in between the kinetic dynamos and on top of your thermoelectric generators. Most of the time when I'm manually using the Immersive Engineering crusher, I don't even need to use up the entire buffer of the MV accumulator before I'm done with it. So it makes it so that every machine can run because it has a battery attached to it, and the battery can't be drained because the top of this guy is only set to input. It cannot output the energy out. So now we can go ahead and we can mark these two sides to no connection to make it look nice. And whenever we need to ore double, we can come over here, drop it inside the hopper, and have it come right back out here in the wooden storage crate. So since we covered the immersive engineering crusher so quickly, let's go ahead and talk about one more item. Since we have the dusts now, let's talk about the external heater, which this is one of those things that I usually skip in modded Minecraft because we have other options. But for this episode, since we're working with dusts, we can go ahead and make the external heater from immersive engineering. For that, we need LV wire coils, and we need the copper wires, which of course they come from copper plates with the wire cutters. So let's grab 4 of these guys to make 4 of these guys to make the external heater with copper plates, iron sheet metal, and redstone dust. All right, so now that we have the external heater, let me show you guys something real quick. When you put the external heater down, if you just regular right click, the energy port will be facing away from you. There's only one port here. See, these little vents are what are supposed to be where the heat comes from. So this external heater, this little port, that is the energy input. If you mine it up and then you shift right click it, it will point the energy point towards you. So this is super important if you're going to set this guy up. Let's go ahead and put them right here in the middle. And we can get rid of our smoker for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift right click so that the port is facing us. Then we can grab our MV wire connector and our insulated MV wire coil. We'll put this here and right click. There we go. What's really cool about this mod, but also kind of a bummer, is it works very well with vanilla stuff, but not with modded. This iron furnace that I picked because it was a nice color, it does not function. So let's go ahead and replace it with 2 regular furnaces. And with this, we should be able to now plug it in, and now it is running off of RF to smelt into ingots instead of coal. So now we can save our coal because we are running our furnaces with RF, with the passive power that we're getting from our water wheels, our thermoelectric generator, and our windmills on the roof. And the way this guy works, we could put another furnace under it, above it, and in front of it. But to me, that looks a little bit cluttered. I like seeing the front of the external heater to show off that there's more than one block being displayed in the wall. I like that. I like variety in my stuff. That's why I put some books down, a potted birch sapling here, some wall lanterns, just anything to make it look less blocky, right? Add interesting things for the eyes to see. And of course, for symmetry's purpose, let's go ahead and make another one for this side. And external heater and 2 furnaces. So we're going to, from this direction, we're going to regular right click, not shift right click. Boom and boom. And of course, we're going to go to the back. Same thing for symmetry's purpose. There's the port, and we're going to right click and attach it to power over here. Very cool. I love the way the wires end up looking in the long run. We can put our aluminum dust in here. We can put some nickel dust in here. Let's go ahead and put our gold that we got as a byproduct in here. Here we got some iron. Let's put in some copper. And of course, we can store all of our ingots now in here. Very, very cool. We are ore doubling with the immersive engineering crusher. And we are smelting now with RF instead of coal. So we're saving on coal.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation, and consider leaving a boom in the comment section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.